Hi everyone, my name is Gifton Lakel. I am here to present for the second round of the You Matter Scholarship. So this video will be talking about how I show my family, friends, and community that they matter. So when it comes to family, I have experienced father absence from a young age in my life, but my experience in life did not make me bitter. On the contrary, it made me to see the importance of family and to see family from a different angle. So I value and I appreciate family. So my friends have always been honest about what they think of me, and for that reason, I would like to share a testimonial from a dear friend of mine. I think that words are more authentic when they come from the person themselves.
Hi, Gift. I just kind of wanted to answer the prompt in regards to how exactly you've impacted my life. Now, that's a heavy and loaded question. And in regards to what that looks like, I am coming from a place of gratitude. There's not that many areas in my life where I feel comfortable enough to share certain identities of myself, as I've disclosed. There's not certain areas where I feel comfortable addressing some of my insecurities, some of my weaknesses or identities or things about me that make me feel vulnerable. There's not a lot of areas or spaces that outside of my family, outside of certain partnerships that's been formed for many years that I even feel comfortable even addressing such statements. But when I'm with you, when I converse with you, when I have moments with you where we're discussing personal development, when I have moments with you where we're discussing things in general, I find myself opening up as though I have been with you for multiple years. I find myself digging deeper within my own sense of identity. I find myself digging deeper in my own sense of self and really questioning what I know about myself, who exactly I am, and kind of really having my own developmental process as an entire thing. And I thank you for that. I thank you for giving me the space to be able to converse freely. And thank you for giving me a moment where, despite the fact that we might not agree on everything, despite the fact that we sometimes hold really conflicting views at the same time, I thank you for giving a space where there's no judgment. I thank you for the fact that despite my own opinions, despite my use of profanity, despite how I come on very edgy, very sharp, very critical sometimes of certain worldviews, certain perceptions, you still take me in holistically. You still hold my thoughts. You still harbor them. You still acknowledge them. You validate them. And honestly, there's no question as to why you're aiming to be a therapist, why you're in the MFT program, why you are in this mental health clinical field, because even just based on our conversations alone, I can already tell you belong in this space. I am not a client for you. I am not someone who you're trying to provide services for. And yet, just the space that you provide speaks volumes to the kind of person, the kind of work, the kind of process you're going to be providing for people. And I thank you for the fact that you're able to do that. And I also thank you, honor you, and recognize you for the amount of work, the amount of dedication you've put, the amount of self development you're implementing to impact and change lives in the most nuanced, most niched, most specific way possible, even before they become a client to you. And I thank you for the fact that you're this wonderful human being. I thank you for the fact that nothing's limited you. In fact, you continue to persevere, you continue to blossom despite all the things that continue to happen, Gift. And because of that, I thank you for the impact that you've made in my life. I thank you for the impact that you've possibly been making in so many others' lives. And I thank you for the impact that you'll be continue to make in so many people's lives. And I thank you for existing. I thank you for being who you are in general. And I honor you and thank you.
Hi, my name is Meghna, and I'm here to talk about Gift. I think Gift is a very, very um, beautiful human being. She has always inspired me to do my best. I think when I have been in my lowest, she's been there to help me. When I look at Gift, I look at somebody who's always ready to fight for what is right. and who's always ready to work really, really hard. I love that how she goes into detailing of everything, and she motivates me to work harder, to work or to strive for perfection, and that is what I love about her. As I also told Gift, and I would like to mention, I'm not a very religious person, but her faith in God makes me believe that somebody up there is looking after us, and I'll be taken care of.
I've always been a support system for my mom, and educationally helping to carve the path for pursuing education and higher academic goals for her. I encouraged her to be the absolute best and to strive harder to achieve big things in life and to not compromise because of age. So I encouraged her, and by God's grace, she was able to complete her bachelor's. My brother named me Gift because he always felt I was a gift to him by God. He has been a source of strength in my family and also offering a listening ear whenever it's needed. When it comes to my dad, although he has been absent for different periods of my life, I'm glad he could be a part of my graduation recently. So I relate more to the role of being a mediator in my family and bridging the differences, building connections, and communication in my family. One of the things that inspired me is to go into the profession that I am in, which is therapy, mental health, and working with couples and families. And I'm very passionate about it because it's all focused on relationships and everything centers around relationships. And I want to help rebuild and strengthen and create healing in relationships, create healing bonds, strengthen in families. And that's one of the ways I'm giving back is to create the Strong Families and Youth Recovery Project as a way to promote and strengthen families and youth, and to encourage people that despite whatever background or challenges that you have in life, it does not have to be the end for you. You can turn a new leaf, you can break the tides, and you can go stronger and harder to create a different path for yourself in life, and to be able to make decisions, to be able to have an opinion, to be able to express yourself, and to be able to set boundaries and be healthy and have positive and healthy relationships with family members, creating a sense of identity, and as a woman to be able to challenge some of the stigmas and some of the the limitations that are placed on women. All of these things has been a important part of my life, and creating opportunities for healing, restoration, reconnection to take place to bring about a family legacy. So my experiences inspired my interest to work with people and help them to tap into their own potential so they can access the things that have not been available for them, and doing that for my own family and to help other families be able to do that as well. Community engagement and partnership is very important, and it's all of our roles to be a part of that. So for myself, I do believe that my duty is to provide for the community and contribute to it in whatever way that I can. So right now, one of the ways that I'm doing that is by practicing community engagement at Phoenix House, which is a male treatment facility. And this is a community-based mental health service and substance use service for males. Also, youth and women empowerment is an interest of mine. I started the Strong Families and Youth Recovery Project as a way to give back to the community, to strengthen families and promote youth and women empowerment. So as part of that project, I started working on a research to create space for women who come from single parent households or father absentee backgrounds, to be able to have space to talk about these experiences, to reflect and discuss ways of healing, coping and being resilient from that ambiguous loss of father absence. And definitely, I'm also creating space to work with males in the upcoming future alongside the work at Phoenix House with Males right now. So, cultural community wise, I've always wanted to be a culturally sensitive clinician. And so I want to find a way to channel those interests and passions of mine. So that's what led me to connect with the field of mental health, and working with couples and families, because there's an important need for minority clinicians. And if you are a minority clinician, we need you in the field. We need your voice to be heard. We need you to add to the representation and the diversity in this field. And thank you for all of those who are minority clinicians, who are people of color, who are adding to the diversity and increasing the number of clinicians in this field. Your work is appreciated. And so diversity is one of those things that makes life so much beautiful. It makes life rich, and differences matter. Each and every one of our differences matter, which is why I really resonate with this theme for this year, which is you matter. You matter. Your life matters. And being a part of many organizations that promote mental health and healthy families and community engagement advocacy is definitely what is one of my interests and passions. So I'm looking for more opportunities to partner with organizations that are involved in international and global efforts. So if you are one such organization, definitely reach out and we can connect and see what are some ways that we can work together. And particularly in the areas of interest related to research, clinical, community-based, and advocacy efforts. I am grateful for the organization's focus on helping people to understand that their voice matters, their individual uniqueness matters, and valuing stories, individual stories and experiences and circumstances to help people know that they're not defined by their circumstances. They're not defined by where they are tomorrow. They have hope for a better tomorrow. It is not what they have been through that defines who they are, but their values, their character, and the goals that they have for the future, who they want to become, because they can create a different future. And so people can overcome every challenge. They can overcome any challenge and come out of situations to create opportunities for a better tomorrow. So other ways that I'm also impacting the community is to create educational workshops and trainings to spread awareness about the stigma of trauma, the stigma of substance use, the stigma of mental health, and disability related topics. So this opportunity means a lot to me, and I have opened my heart and talked about my dreams and goals related to friends and family and community. One